phone when I need it, a tablet when I want it, and my daily assistant from morning to midnight. I want to see what it's actually like using the Z Fold 7 as my daily device, from using the camera, to studying, to all the random media I consume throughout the day. You see, Samsung has never just followed trends, they set them. Fast forward to today, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is a result of years of engineering and evolution. It's no longer a concept, but a statement. A phone that defies the idea that phones have to stay flat and boring. Foldable phones are cool not just because they fold, but because they do more, blending in productivity, entertainment, and portability in ways no traditional phones can. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rich. Today's going to be a very exciting day because I'm going to be testing out the Galaxy Z Fold 7. As you guys know, I moved into a new apartment. I have to study for my SIE exam. It's basically like an entry-level exam offered by FINRA. My test is coming up soon, so I have my textbook pulled up on the Z Fold. I've been studying all month on this phone, so it's really nice to kind of see it on the big screen here. It's kind of like your own Kindle book reader, as you will. But yeah, we're gonna go to the cafe real quick, get a lot of studying, get a lot of work done. I feel like I'm still studying after I graduated college, which is so weird. I guess that's the part of life. You always gotta learn and study, whatever it may be. Anyways, we're at 100% battery. I'm gonna later get some breakdancing photos down by the pier or something, get some cool shots with this thing. Let's get to it. The Fold 7 might be the phone of the year. This phone really blew me away with how thin it is, with flagship level cameras and very unique One UI 8 software support. The price even dropped about $400 down since launch. I'm seeing this phone go for around $1,600 US right now, which is still pretty painful, but for a foldable phone like this, it might be worth it. Let's start with the obvious, the design. It honestly feels like Samsung took a regular phone and just cut it in half. What's wild is that it's now basically the same thickness as a normal phone. Here it is compared to my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it's almost pretty much the same. The cover screen comes in at a taller 6.5 inches, protected by Corning Gorilla Glass ceramic too, with an aspect ratio of 21:9. So when you're watching YouTube videos or other media, it can look a little slim or narrow, and that was the first thing I noticed. Honestly, some people might like that, the more tall and skinny look. I know I did. But as soon as you open it up, boom, you're holding a tablet, and it's so thin. Any thinner and that USB-C port is gone. After a month of using it, I will say though that I'm a little nervous about it bending, but it seemed to hold up just fine. The Fold 7 can lay almost completely flat and it's oddly satisfying. And just at 215 grams, this phone is just right below the weight where flagship phones are. If anything, I think it's pretty light due to its size, and that could most likely be due to the slightly smaller 4400 mAh battery. Ultimately though, it just feels like a solidly built phone in general. That satisfying snap into place, it makes the whole thing feel super sturdy, like it's locked in and ready to go. Right now I'm grabbing my electric skateboard and heading down to City Hall, then stopping by the cafe. And one thing I really noticed by using a big screen foldable like this is it actually makes Google Maps way easier and way more fun to use while you're out. Trust me on this. I'm commuting with my electric skateboard today while using the Z Fold 7 for video. The stabilization on this is impressive. The road is a little rocky and I'm sure I bounced up and down a few times, but everything looks smooth on here. For a while, I was stuck behind this lady on a scooter a little bit. She was also going the same direction as me for the longest time, so I wasn't sure if she thought I was like following her or something. I will say though that since it's so thin, I did feel like sometimes I almost dropped this phone while opening it because it is kind of hard to get your fingers in between here. And especially if you're a girl with, long nails or something like that or whatever, it might be hard to actually open this up. You can't really use your thumbs and all that. You gotta kind of, use your nails to kind of pinch in and pull out. So there's been a few times where I was trying to get it open and it just kind of almost fell, so definitely be careful with this. The ultrawide in general looks much better this year, and if it doesn't quite reach the quality of S25 Ultra's high-res ultrawide, it's still a thumbs up in my book. Whether it's city shots, wide landscapes, or close handheld movements, the Fold 7 cameras feels like something you can trust to deliver real flagship level quality. My hair, face, and other features aren't overly sharpened, and I'm still getting crispy shots no matter what. I also always enjoyed Samsung's vast options of recording features. You have all these nice options like expert RAW, portrait video, slow-mo, and more. One of which that's always nice to use is dual recording, which, as you can guess, allows you to record both the front and back of the camera at the same time. And this is great for capturing vlogs, reactions, and travel videos, or whatever the case may be. The Apple Store. Turn some water. Come real quick. Yeah, thank you so much. Got it. Thank you. Samsung Z Fold 7 is running the current Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, specifically tuned for Galaxy and 12 gigs of RAM. With this CPU, it's really able to power both a combination of Galaxy AI and Google Gemini very smoothly, which is currently unbeatable. Via Registar through the Samsung Good Lock app, I set my double-click side button to open up Google Lens directly. That way it gave me an almost instant launch of Google Lens, and I could snap a picture to get an AI overview summary of what I just read. And this was probably the bulk of my studying. So we'll be here for a few hours. It's only 12:30. We're gonna try to lock in. And I'm using like ChatGPT for most of this to memorize things. This phone with such a huge camera bump, sometimes it, kind of moves, especially when, the ends of it, like I'm trying to type here, it's kind of move a little bit. See, I honestly don't know how much thinner they can get from this. I mean, this is already a super thin phone. I mean, look at the USB-C port. If it's any thinner, I don't think there's gonna be a port. Imagine they removed the USB-C port. That'd be like a portless phone. They already took out the headphone jack. What if they take out the USB-C? But yes, as you can see, I'm just churning away reading the textbook that my job gave me, taking notes, taking breaks, all while using the mobile hotspot on the Z Fold as well. That way, I can really push this battery even further. But God bless how fast Google Lens works on here. It's literally saving me as it's giving me instant answers and responses to what I literally just read. Alright, so I'm gonna take a little break. I've been in there for like 2 hours so far, and I'm gonna do like a battery life check-in real quick. I've been using the phone a lot for Google Lens, trying to find out like answers. Gosh, why so bright? We are down around 30% so far. That's around, let's check in here, around an hour or two some of usage. And there's like a huge bright sunlight coming down on the main cover screen, and I have the phone set at maximum brightness, and it's actually holding up pretty well. Flip that open. I mean, it's just shining straight down. I will say with a phone with a big screen size like this, it's really easy to have the reflections off of this phone hit your eyes. So I had a couple times that I'm under like a lamp or something like that, and like I would just get like after images when the lights would like hit the phone and reflect off of that. I mean, take a look at this. Super, super easy, and use this like as a mirror. So look at that reflection. Oh my God. I feel like this phone blinded me a lot. Look at that. All right, so just left the cafe for a little bit to take a little bit of break. I'm gonna go get like a burger or something like that. I'm gonna get back to studying after this too, but I do want to take some photos and get some videos out while the sun is still out. I've been in there all day, locked in, so. Samsung added that titanium plate under the display for stiffness, paired with the aluminum sides, and honestly, that's a fair trade-off. The hinge uses a water drop design, and it does feel sturdy most of the time. Also, we can't forget about the key feature of this phone, that cover screen preview, which allows you to see yourself in the back when the phone's unfolded. I don't use this as much as I want to, other than when my friends want to take a picture, but it's a really cool touch. There's also a shot preview on the other tab that shows you the picture's full size as soon as you shoot it, and I think this is really handy. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you too. Alright, so after using the Z Fold 7 for about a month now, it's really prone to scratches, dents, and nicks. I don't even know how that little chip mark got there. They are using an aluminum frame, so it's not going to be quite as durable as something like the S25 Ultra, especially right here towards the camera. If I drop this right now on the concrete, it's donezo, bro. It's all gone. I will say though that the screen is pretty good in terms of minimizing scratches and nicks and all that. As far as the main display, it's great too. Like I said, this thing is like a reflection magnet. There's been a lot of times I got like after images when just like holding this phone and trying to use it with the sunlight hitting it, or the lamps and ceiling lights on top of me. So also it's pretty big display, so if anyone's behind you or something and you're watching some things that you shouldn't be watching, it's a bright display. It's bright and big, so people behind you or something are definitely gonna see what's up. Even if I stand at this corner here, you can already see like what's going on and what I'm doing. So if you really want to, you could get a privacy screen, but that's as much as I'll go. Anyways, let's see what's in the bag. Shake Shack. I need 2 burgers, man, because like I need to gain weight. It's a classic American meal, bro. This is it. I'm not gonna lie, I think they rushed this. It's only been like 5 minutes since I got a Shake Shack. It doesn't feel as fresh, or maybe I got a bad batch. I really like Google Lens. I think it's really fast, faster than Apple's visual intelligence, because they have to leverage ChatGPT's engine to help them out. So it's like a middleman, but like I'm sitting down and I don't know what that building is. So I'm gonna pull out my double tap Google Lens, hit that up. It's gonna tell me in a matter of seconds that this is the United States Post Office main branch. That's really cool and really fast too. I mean, as you guys know, I was studying earlier with this phone using Google Lens a lot. Circle to search by far, also one of my favorite features on this. I mean, say you're just scrolling through Instagram or something, right? I don't know. Let me just use my own profile for an example, right? I wonder, you know, what shoes is this cool guy wearing? Just hold down the home button and then you just circle that. These are a pair of Nike Blazer. Look. Power of AI, guys. That is impressive. All right, let's do a battery life check-in. It's not looking too hot, man. Looks like we have here around 15 hours left of usage, 56% battery left. Most of the usage actually came from camera. I really haven't felt anything slow down. It's been really fast. I was multitasking and having a bunch of like different apps on this at the same time. As you know, the Z Fold 7 is really good with using different apps, like splitting the screen up and all that stuff too, so you can just do a bunch of stuff on it. I think as like a Gen Z or Gen Alpha kid, this is probably the best phone because there's just so much content. I mean, you could watch TikTok on one side and watch YouTube on the other. I just like, what? My screen on time is about 2 hours and 6 minutes. I also had the brightness all the way up to max too. Also, when you first get the Z Fold, if you want to, open up your phone and continue what you're doing on there, as well as closing it and having it appear just like that too, you have to go into settings and go to continue apps on cover screen. Just search it up. It's going to be set to never, but you can also have it set to swipe up to continue app. So I know some people like to read or do whatever the heck they want on here, and then as they close it, it's done. They don't want to do anything else. They just want to put it back in their pocket, but you can also just swipe up and get back to what you're doing as well without having to punch in your PIN code. But I always like to set it as always right there because, I like to just keep doing what I like doing. So if I'm looking at a picture or something, I just want to it'll just go back to the main screen. Also, make sure to download Good Lock app on here, which is the official Samsung app, which you can download off the Galaxy Store. This allows you to download Registar, so you can customize like back tap actions on here. I have mine set as if you back tap on the phone twice, it's gonna take a screenshot, which is super, super handy. If you wanna do that, download the Registar, click on the back tap action, and I have mine double tap as take a screenshot.
The Z Fold 7 also supports log shooting, which for any of you videography nerds out there means a lot more creative control. You can shoot in a flat, washed out grayish look, then bring it back to your editor later and really shape the colors how you want it. It gives you way more control to play with contrast, tones, and get that cinematic feel. Here's a quick comparison of what I was able to pull off. This whole cinematic look, and honestly I'm kind of impressed with how it turned out. The details hold up, the colors grade beautifully, and it's wild seeing that kind of flexibility from a phone.
So I just got back and I'm a little exhausted. Also, I'm gonna take a quick half an hour, 1 hour power nap. I'm not gonna charge the Z Fold, bro. I'm not gonna do it. Hey, you guys already know on the channel that I don't play around with these phones, right? I just woke up from a nap and like, I'm seeing this beautiful sunset right here. Like, oh, drop test. Anything wrong? It only dropped from the couch down to the floor, so I think we're okay.
When it comes to this Fold 7 speaker quality, it's mediocre at best. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much compared to the flagship S25 Ultra. There just isn't that much room inside for larger speakers. It can only really fill a small bedroom or maybe your shower, so it never gets super loud. Not everything about the Z Fold 7 is perfect though. Samsung definitely had to cut a few corners this year. First, they removed the S Pen support, which is a little bit disappointing if you like using the older Folds as a notepad. That's gone. Sure, you can use your finger or type on notes, but it's not the same. They also dropped the under-display camera tech from the Fold 6 before, and apparently even the vapor chamber, so there are definitely some compromises here. But what really helps the Fold 7 stand out is the camera software. You get a ton of extra tools like shot and cover screen preview. Also, Samsung's filters and processing options have gotten really solid over the years. They give you plenty of flexibility, whether you're snapping quick pics or creating more polished content. Galaxy AI, which I'm using pretty often, seems to be a right step in the right direction. And where the Fold 7 really shines is the power to multitask, and there's no better phone for it. With this thing, you can split the screen between different apps and treat it like a true mini workstation. And I find this useful for business folks, entrepreneurs, students, or even creatives. Basically anyone who's juggling multiple apps on the go on a phone. It's basically like having two screens in one side for taking notes, the other for referencing slides, articles, or even a video call. You can even float other apps on a pop-up window. And that larger display doesn't just help with work, it makes apps way better to use overall. Maps look incredible, YouTube and TikTok content shine here when you're showing friends, and even scrolling through your photo gallery feels more immersive. Honestly, it's kind of insane, and I can't tell you how many times I tried showing my friends or family something on a regular phone and just wish the screen was just a little bit bigger.
Alright guys, I'm so exhausted right now. You saw it here first, folks. We're ending the day. Well, we're actually on the new day now. It's Tuesday. Check our total screen time usage here. It does say I have around 7 hours left. This is about 2 hours and 40 minutes of hard screen time. A lot of that was through camera, Google Chrome, Google Lens, YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff, which you see right there. So I was putting this to work. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this phone. I do feel much cooler with this. This phone may not be for everyone. It's a testament to how far we've come in the smartphone world. And it's really impressive to see something like this in our time. I showed this phone to my dad, and he was kind of shocked to see how fast tech and phones were moving. I think this is a good conversation starter for anyone, really. You know, if you whip this phone out, they may not realize like, wow, we're on foldables now. Like, this is crazy. So I think my key takeaways from this is it's unique. It's very useful actually for reading, studying, watching content and all that. It's definitely a conversation starter if you're out and about with friends, family, meeting people, all that. People go, oh, it's a cool phone. Let me check it out. What? You know, I try my best to be super careful with it, but yet somehow I'm still getting like nicks and dents on the side. Screen is okay. Screen is good, but it's just the aluminum frame and the paint just chips so easily. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys like what you see, hey, thank you so much for watching and sticking through the end. You know, I wouldn't be making these videos if it weren't for you guys, so I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. I have nothing else to say, so until then guys, thank you so much for watching. This is a whole day in the life review of Z Fold 7. Rich me, signing off.